Friends, before we get into anything, I am wearing my new lady sloth dress, which I got at Tekko. I believe it's called my spooky macarons, and I'm well aware that it is April, but for me, Halloween is every day in my heart, so I will wear this print all year round. I've been staring at it online for so long, and I'm so happy that it is finally mine. I figured I would open with that in case you were wondering what I was wearing. I was lucky enough to be a fashion guest at TekkoCon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was Holly and I's first time in Pittsburgh, and the city is absolutely beautiful. I would love to go back just to spend more time around the city. I was so busy with convention stuff that I didn't get a chance to film the city, but here's some stock photos of it. The architecture is beautiful. There's so much history, so many bridges, and beautiful waterways. Thursday was the first day of the con, and we got into the exhibit hall even though it wasn't open yet. We got to see the Lolita collective and other friends setting up. This was also the first time we finally got to meet Daniel, or Creep P, in person, and I documented Holly meeting him for the first time. It was very emotional, but happy and amazing. Who is this? Why, it's Tyler of last week's Lolita News, out of Lolita, lurking the Angelic Pretty booth while they set up. Not to worry, we were given permission to be there, and Tyler even helped fold some socks, so now she is an official AP shop girl. We were lucky enough to room with Tyler, and I'm really happy we got to spend downtime together. She's so much fun. But I didn't tell you that. She's not fun. She's a very serious reporter. All the time. We went to bed early on Thursday night because the next day we got up early because we got special permission to film the Angelic Pretty booth before the exhibit hall opened. Let's take a look. The booth was fully stocked with recent releases like Flower Egg Garden, Jewelry Aquarium, Fancy Candy, which ultimately I regret not buying. It was gone in an instant, and I wasn't sure about that dress when I saw the stock photos, but seeing it in real life, oh, it's really pretty. Since it was Angelic Pretty and Harajuku Hearts, they also had some Listen flavor, Angelic and Chantilly, Atelier Pierrot, and Royal Princess Alice. As soon as the doors opened, the booth was overtaken with Lolitas. It made me so happy to see so many people come to Tekko to support Angelic Pretty and Lolita fashion. It also made it really easy to find familiar faces. When your friends like the same brand as you, their booth becomes a bit of a home base. I got to see Dollfille at Puvithel's booth. Toshi, or Dollfille, has such beautiful makeup and her whole look was amazing as usual. did a little impromptu live stream talking about our motivation and inspirations in fashion. Tyler, Holly, and I went out to lunch at this beautiful and delicious place outside of the convention, but nearby, called Bebe's Kitchen. I loved all of the beautiful plants in this place. The food was so filling and perfect for energy during a convention. I'm very thankful the fashion show was later on in the day on Friday. It gave us lots of time to explore the exhibit hall and take outfit shots. I was so lucky and got to spend time backstage before the fashion show to get some close-ups of the looks. Callie's brand ota-q models happened to be finished first, so I got a lot of them. ota-q is a brand that focuses their inspirations towards J-pop, anime, and other geeky interests. They offer easily accessible clothing and accessories for Japanese fashion enthusiasts of all body types and budgets. Whether you're a beginner and building up your wardrobe or a veteran, these cute original styles are sure to charm you.
Really sweaty today too.
Callie, what's the game plan?
All right, so the game plan is 1738. We're going to catch the hockey puck. Daniel's going to dab. We're going to get gray face paint over everything because these are actually Homestuck cosplays, and then we're going to put them in the washing machine.
First, I hate you.
Of course, but then so Ty is actually sponsoring us today, so we will be putting them all in washing machines, washing them, putting them in the dryer, putting them back on, and then we'll do a whole musical dedication to Hitalia.
The next brand in the fashion show was Lady Sloth, and this was their first time in the US. Lady Sloth desires to offer and reach those who like elaborate, impeccably coordinated outfits for photo shoots, meetups, and as well as those who are daily, simple, comfortable Lolitas. They offer custom sizing and believe every one of us can be a beautiful Lolita, even a sloth. The fashion show debuted a lot of new gothic pieces which are absolutely beautiful, and Holly and I were screaming the whole time because we want all of them. Nuez and Ghost Girl Good debuted their hyper-colorful, street-ready 80s looks. Angelic Pretty was the headliner fashion brand, showing new prints and pieces like Unbirthday. The next day, we went into the exhibit hall early again to film more booths before they got overwhelmed with people. This was the only time we could go through the Lolita Collective without the chaos of so many customers. Holly looked at all the goth and darker stuff, of course. She ended up buying a beautiful moss badger dress. I looked through all the more sweet and light colored styles. We are so predictable. Saturday, we had the most programming to do. Tyler and I had 2 panels and a signing planned. We also wanted to attend the Angelic Pretty Q&A. After filming booths and before all the programming that we had to do, we went to the top level of the convention center to take photos, where we saw Pennywise and Georgie? This convention center was so incredible, by the way. I forgot to grab footage of the center itself, so I'll throw in some stock footage, but it was so big and so easy to navigate and just so beautiful. There was also windows everywhere, which I appreciate so much. Even the exhibit hall ceilings had windows, so you felt less disconnected from the world and you can get some good natural light photos. And there was multiple rooftop spaces like this, and also just have some fresh air, which a lot of the time we take for granted at conventions. Following this little photo shoot, we went to the Angelic Pretty panel, which we were asked not to film, but were allowed to take photos. Since Honoka is a relatively new designer to Angelic Pretty, after joining in 2016, I asked her how she first discovered Angelic Pretty. She said that she had discovered it through the magazine Gothic Lolita Bible and instantly fell in love with the print Sweetie Chandelier. She also asked the audience at the end different motifs we'd like to see in Angelic Pretty, which was really cool to be able to give that kind of first-hand input. Of course, I asked for more bears. I just want more bears without squirrels, without crosses, and without like English motifs. Can I just get like bears? Following the Angelic Pretty panel, Tyler and I had a Q&A. A lot of questions were about creating videos, and I just love talking about that kind of stuff. I could go on and on, honestly. I'd love to teach a production panel in the future. It was really fun to compare with Tyler our content styles and techniques. We were presented with this beautiful art at the end. I'm going to frame mine. I feel so inspired to do more creepy looks. I'm always worried about doing creepy looks at conventions because I feel like people want to meet me in suite, and I also don't want to scare anyone. But maybe one day in the future I'll do a creepy or clown look at a convention. I've done it before, but it's just been a while. We then went to an autograph session the convention had planned for us. Neither Tyler or I have ever done a signing before, and we expected to have about 5 people show up and then just hang out. Oh, how we were wrong. Y'all really came through. We had a constant line of people, and at the end they actually had to cut it off. I'm so happy too because I have a cute signature I never get to use. I came up with it after watching an episode of Aikatsu where they talk about the importance of having an autograph. But anyways, Tyler started writing "Stay Salty," and I passive-aggressively would write "Stay Lovely" bigger and bigger, and underline it and circle it and point to it. We signed so many cool things like prints, postcards, a backpack, even a BB&B bag. The guests got to go to this really incredible dinner at Bill's Burgers, and everything was so delicious. They even brought out giant pretzels. After this, we went back to our hotel room to prepare for our roast and toast panel. And then the only chaotic part of the convention happened. But before I tell this story, I need to explain that our hotel was not connected to the convention center. However, they had arranged that drivers would come back and forth to take guests to the convention and from their hotel, and every driver we had was phenomenal. They were all really respectful of Lolita and handled the stress of time restraints and traffic really well. I'm so grateful to all of the drivers at Tekko. Seriously, thank you. Just before our panel, we were at the hotel and our driver was late, which is no fault of theirs. It was because of sudden traffic. There was nothing they could do about it. It's not their fault. I don't want to blame them. But now we were running late to our panel because of traffic. When we got there, we realized we'd been given the wrong room number. And I had made a video on Instagram and multiple posts all over the place listing off the wrong room number. We even went to the wrong room on our way, which just added to our delay. As we were walking to the correct room, I'm thinking, nobody's gonna be there. No one's gonna be able to find this. We're gonna arrive to an empty room. When we arrive, there's a few Lolitas standing outside and a staff member. The staff member comes up to us and says, "We're at capacity." The room was full. They had to turn people away. Literally, the next day, people were telling me that they missed our panel because they were turned away because the room was at capacity. There were people standing in the back. There were people sitting on the ground. Incredible, just incredible. I can't believe all of your support. Thank you all so much for coming out for this. Seriously, it means so much. We'd made it to the room, but our troubles were not over yet. The next problem was we didn't have a laptop. I had asked ahead of time if I could use a laptop because the only time I really need a laptop all weekend is at that panel. And I borrowed a laptop during OniCon and it helped me immensely. You have to remember, when I come to conventions, I have to pack Lolita, which is a lot of stuff, and flights have weight limits. But not only do I have to pack Lolita, I have to pack film equipment, gimbals, stabilizers. It all is very heavy. So anything I can pass on bringing, I try to. When we get there, no laptop. And I start freaking out. Luckily, Lady Sloth had their laptop and I brought our panel on a thumb drive, but then no one was there to set up the lights. And the projector was too bright for people to be able to see what was on it. So then we went full on camp out, story time, lights off, and did the panel in the dark so that the audience could see what we were looking at. But then a different staff member came in the middle of it and asked if they could set the lights, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you so much for coming in and helping us. But at this point, Tyler and I are so riled up and panicky that we end up doing our panel at
500% speed, rapid fire, and we just blew through it.
We still had 20 minutes left. So then Tyler and I start pulling people from the audience to roast and toast.
On Wednesdays, we have
And then, genius, we had the audience roast and toast us. And I don't know who suggested that, but you were so smart, and I'm definitely gonna add that to our panel from here on out.
Any other takers? You can say it out loud rather than writing it online. Anyone? I want to say that, Tyler, you look beautiful, and I don't. But your coordinate, it's kind of like the hidden eggs you find a week after Easter.
I just wanted to say to Tyler, where's the dress that actually goes with those tights?
Oh. Okay, Tyler.
Yes.
That necklace is absolutely lovely, but the dress really needs to be and be gone.
After our roast and toast, there was a J Fashion social where everyone could mingle with the guests and hang out, and a lot of dancing commenced. Sunday was the last day of the convention and when the tea party was held. The theme was Intergalactic Gala. It was held at the Renaissance Pittsburgh Hotel. The tea service was provided by Griffin's Tea, and we got to take some home. I've been drinking their herbal bebop tea, and it's so good. I went around to every table and got to meet everyone there and took lots of photos. I'm not gonna lie, it was really overwhelming, but it made me so happy at the same time. I'm really so grateful for these kind of experiences because it really inspires me meeting all of you. It helps me and my work feel validated. Anytime I'm feeling down, I think about interactions I've had meeting people at cons. Y'all really keep me going. I wanted to take an extra moment to thank Marie and Alexa, a mom and daughter duo who came to all of my panels and really supported myself, Holly, and Tyler. They both said the most amazing, loving, supportive things to me, which will stick with me forever. They literally felt like family. It was so cool to meet a mom who full-heartedly supported Lolita fashion. She even wore her first coordinate to the tea party. Thank you both so much for your endless support. All the coordinates at the tea party were incredible, and there was such a variety. My coordinate didn't exactly match the theme, but I had to wear it because Twinkle Mermaid is one of the first prints I fell in love with, and Imai Kira was there. When I first arrived at the tea, and Imai Kira stood up and acknowledged me right away, and was happy to see me wearing her design, and was impressed with my handmade headpiece. She took pictures of me, and it was so magical. The Tekko tea party was a dream come true. They also had so many giveaways for the raffle, including pieces from Angelic Pretty, Lady Sloth, and ota-q. They also gave each of the guests personalized gifts and a thank you card. After the tea party, we hustled back to the exhibit hall to buy some last-minute things and take lots of Purikura photos. TekkoCon was an incredible experience both Holly and I will never forget. I've never seen so many J fashion brands and enthusiasts all in one place. I still can't believe it. Thank you so much, Lolita Collective, for getting me involved with Tekko. This has seriously re-inspired me to do events again. Any event that I'm invited to that Lolita Collective is also attending, I will go to because they make me feel so understood, so heard, and safe. I'm also thankful for all the work they do, bringing the community together and showcasing the multitude of brands that they do. Thank you so much, Tekko staff. I mean all of Tekko staff. All of the fashion organizers, thank you. All of the volunteers, all of the drivers, every single person I encountered there was respectful, professional, helpful, and kind. Thank you for all of your hard work. Thank you, TekkoCon. Thank you for giving us such a large and safe place for our small niche to thrive. Thank you for believing in us. And thank you to all of the Tekko attendees. Because of your dedication, we can have events like this. Please continue to show conventions that alternative kawaii and Lolita fashion is worth their time to invest in.